Hey guys, welcome back to Chasing You, and we're randomly in a scene back in season 2, episode 1, because I've decided to replay the whole thing because I've heard that they have fixed the Edward thing, and I do want to fix a few things that went wrong for me personally in season 2, which is the Elia thing, the Alexander thing, the Edward thing. So yeah, I'm fixing all that before we play the finale, so I'm just going to do that quickly before we get into the episode. But right now, I went in for a second kiss with Elia out here in the park, and he's saying some interesting things now, and he's like, but if something goes wrong, I will support you. I'm going to hold him to that, because I'm expecting his support later in episode 9. So, yeah, he's saying some very different things. I think he just said that, also that he... There's some things he can't tell me, but he wants me to know that he's on my side. He's being particularly serious about this, so... No information, but not bad either. I appreciate that. Smile softly and stood up. Okay, so I think that moment is ended. Before they start looking for us. In his outstretched palm. It's time. Okay, and we go back inside. Okay. That was very, very interesting. That dialogue was completely different, and it made me feel a lot better about the situation. So if you are closer with him, he does tell you up front that he does have some secrets. So at least you know that ahead of time. So it makes me feel a little bit better about what happened later. So, okay. We're good. Okay. The next thing I fixed, okay, so we managed to dial back our relationship with Alexander a little bit. So we're just gonna do friendos. Like, this situation is already different. He didn't come up to me all romantically or anything like that. So we're just gonna be like, as a friend. He nodded without hesitation, patted your hair. Everything will be fine, Melody. I won't promise it, but I will try to help you with this. You smiled, shaking yourself off. You and Alexander decided to remain friends. I need some rest. I propose we gather here in a couple of hours. Uh-huh. As soon as Rachel comes to her senses. You think she won't be able to forgive me for such a move? Of course she will. Just give her enough time to come to terms with it. She loves you, Melody. She truly does. An incomprehensible sadness suddenly reflected in his voice. You pricked your ears, but he already straightened up, pulling back. Get some rest. See you in a couple of hours. Firm nod, you went upstairs to your room. Okay, so that conversation went a lot better, but now I'm even more concerned that he wasn't there when we were having that conversation with the others. So that's a little weird. But we fixed that too. So hopefully, all I'm gonna do is cross my fingers. This is episode 8 now. So in the next episode, I'll redo episode 9. And get that straightened out, and hopefully we have a much better result. So we'll see how things go. Thanks to your close relationship, Elia has supported you as well. Yes! Okay, I got it. The man curled his lips and, looking back at Eva, nodded his head toward Edward. You can keep pulling that face as long as you like, but there are facts. He lifted his dreadlocks from his neck and showed a bead of sweat running down it. The girl told you about the hypotension and the suppression of the CNS, right? I don't know about you, but I can already feel these unpleasant things. Both partners supported you. Doubt flickered in Edward's eyes, followed by a ghost of fear. He slowly put down the mug and pressed his lips together, was holding back an urge to gag. So I got authority this time because I got both of them to support me. Melody, you couldn't have done this, but now he doesn't sound so sure. Replied in an alien hoarse voice. Even though I think differently, as you can see, do you think they were bluffing as well? Side of his fear. You want to humiliate me, but not this time, Bunny. Okay, but I still got the cold relationship thing. I don't understand that. I don't understand that. I've done everything nice to him. I don't understand why I got the cold relationship thing. I've been nothing but nice to him. I don't understand how I could have gotten a different outcome on that one. That one doesn't make any sense. I can only think of like one more point, but I think that one was actually Christopher. Like the very beginning, you can choose to Stick with Christopher or run to Alexander. I don't feel like that one choice should have changed anything. It wasn't even a diamond choice. That doesn't even make any sense. And once again, I'm pretty sure that was Christopher. That time. But then again, it did lead to the chandelier falling on me, so that could have been Edward. I don't even freaking know. Okay, so we got a lot of support. We didn't manage to sway Edward. Whatever. So I guess for now, I'm just gonna finish playing this out, and then we'll go ahead and start with episode 10. Okay, we are finally back here to the season 2 finale. We're ready to do this. I got my points decently. They're a little bit different than they were before. I had way more points before. I don't know. Or maybe I didn't. Maybe the thing was lying to me. I don't know. But in either case, we're ready. We've made things as good as we can for season 2, so we don't have to go back to season 2. I'm gonna decide that I did the best that I could, and regardless of whether or not Edward is nice right now or not, you know what? I honestly don't care too much anymore. I gave it my best shot. I'm not sure how to fix that, but you know what? Whatever. We're moving on. So let's just go ahead and play this because at least we got both Elias and Eve's support. So I'm going to declare season 2 a well done. Hopefully, we'll see how we go in this season finale. We might have to do some replays, but we will try my best. Okay, chapter 9. I am a killer. Wait, ended on chapter 9? I thought you said chapter 10. Am I missing something? I am a killer. I hate you, Callaghan. What a shame, Harris. I was hoping we could have gotten along. You raise your pistol with a trembling hand. Now. And this asshole comes in. Now you let my brother go and we will leave peacefully. He abruptly turned to the voice coming from the door. He stood in the aisle holding Rachel in front of him. The barrel of his pistol was tightly pressed against her temple. Melody. Your inner voice started howling hysterically. Alexander, what the hell? What is he doing here? Where are you? Thank you. That is a very good question. He's not even mad at me this time. So he said he was supposed to be here. So this wasn't the plan. Things didn't go the way they should have. What the hell are you doing here? I'm saving you. What else? Who asked you? You're ruining everything again. Me? You were the one who dragged me into this. He shook Rachel's neck angrily, forcing you to lean forward. Don't panic, Melody. I should free Ray first, then deal with the rest. You mustered all of your will to stop your lips from trembling and said in a bored tone. Christopher. Ooh! Cutting a little close, but I have enough. So it's nothing to do with this. Let her go. You won't get anything by killing her. Christopher was silent, waiting for you to continue. You affectionately looked at Rachel. She isn't just my close and beloved friend. She's also a successful businessman, a lovely daughter, a great friend to the Nielsen family. You'll be ground to dust if anything happens to her. Christopher's eyes nervously twitched, and you, catching the girl's terrified gaze, added, and I swear I'll be the first in line for revenge. Rachel will not forget your devotion. Despite the dangerous situation, Rachel looked at you fondly. You wanted to rush forward, pull her out of his hands, and hug her. You could almost feel the metal of the gun heating up from contact with her skin. Throws her head back and her blonde hair brushes against your shoulder blades. You squint content with the joke you made, a bite of the top of the strawberry. Rachel, happy, relaxed, falls back onto the blanket and continues to laugh into the high sky. Leaning back on your arms, you look at the clouds and freeze under the gentle touch of the wind. Can this day never end, please? That's possible, at least for the next 6 hours. She reached out, giving you a light pinch and scrunching her face up. You made a face and attacked, preparing to tickle her relentlessly. You'll kill me? You? You? You who poisoned 3 people for some odd reason. He knows about the poisoning? Did he eavesdrop on us? I wonder why no one noticed him and intercepted him. You gritted your teeth in annoyance, mentally checking your internal clock. Yes, but I can prove my innocence. There was a short, angry growl to your side. In annoyance, Eve slapped her hand on the table. Elia remarked complacently. Which don't tell me you couldn't guess. There was no poison. You nodded, trying to keep an eye on Edward and Christopher at the same time. What happened? You shrugged. Strong sedative plus the caffeine from the tea increases heart rate and slightly depresses the activity of the nervous system. Exactly what I need to simulate poisoning symptoms. Your imagination did the rest. Eve didn't even hiss at you. She just sighed reproachfully. For a second, you felt really guilty. Christopher blinked in confusion, lowered the gun slightly. There was no poison? That's why you're unnecessary here. Do me a favor and go away. The twins' eyes met and you could practically hear them clash. Wow. Turns out you two were very hostile. At the ball, though, you were behaving very differently. Prefer not to show family relationships in public. Get up and let's go out of here, both of us. Alexander, now's the time to show up. Hey, no. I still haven't received my answers. And you still have Rachel. So the fuck, you ain't going fucking nowhere. Your brother is not in danger here. Little Eve still has her gun on him, but I don't think so, because she hit the table. I don't mind getting them from both of you, though. Just let Rachel go. The man didn't even look in your direction. He was staring at Edward. It's a gentleman. Oh, yes. Should have guessed right away that it wasn't you who took me to Skansen. Christopher turned his gaze to you. I beg your pardon? Who was that then? Ah. That's what it is. You lied to her to win her over, you bastard? Edward just smiled calmly, even with pleasure. I think I understand. I see. What do you mean you understand? Is that like intuition? Let's try out C. Oh, no. All the way around. You felt like the mist dissipated in your head, revealing the picture to you. You lied for a reason. You wanted me to think you liked me. But Christopher actually likes me. He was with me in Skansen. He was the one who invited me on a date on the plane. Edward dispassionately watched you, not encouraging, but not stopping you either. You thought I would feel something for you and we would get closer. And the final goal, you wanted to cry again, was my inheritance, huh? The man leaned back inside as if the opponent had revealed their royal flesh to him. Only partly. Money doesn't interest me. Katie Gunn, a next competitor. Ah, you were after my business. Why then did you call your henchman in the parking lot at the gas station? Mine? He was my father's, and he wanted the same thing as I do. He just doesn't know how to be subtle. He orchestrated a kidnapping to intimidate you. So that wasn't you? I don't do that kind of nonsense. And the traps in the forest? I was disabling them. My father's assistant put those there. I didn't need you to get hurt. Don't lie, please. I was disabling them. You looked closely at Christopher. He held the gun awkwardly as if he was in pain. His shoulder hurts because I shot him. Well, Eve shot him. I just directed her too. Edward's lying, but I can't show that I figured it out. Also, it seems that the twins did not communicate while they were on the island. Otherwise, Edward would have known about his brother's injury. You can try to get out of it, but we both know who wishes her well. What nonsense is this? Why all these heinous lies now? Yo, why is he still lying? It's very clear that he's an asshole here. I don't understand. Is he that psychotic and deluded that he really thinks that he can still trick me into thinking that he is not the worst person in the room? Oh. Okay, so learned enough would probably end my questions. Let's talk about the chandelier. We weren't going to kill you. We? You almost killed me too. I can't believe you did that. I thought this just that we scare you in advance. We? Until recently I didn't know about your plots. Father thought that if you were scared enough and once your friends are gone, you would quickly break down. You should be locked up in a mental hospital, Ed. How did you do it? That was pure impromptu. I didn't plan that in advance. But the waiter said the chandelier was in disrepair. I went to check and it turned out it really didn't need that much to fall. You could have killed us. I had it all calculated exactly. Waltzes a dance with clear movements. You're crazy. You said that in a hoarse voice, one that yourself didn't like. Curse. Christopher rolled his eyes and moaned barely audibly. He just wanted to scare you. I didn't know about their idea yet, decided that he was just fooling around. And you believed it so easily. You exhaled, gritting your teeth. Okay. You scared me together, right? No, this coward wouldn't do that. It was enough to bribe a couple of people at the hotel. What about the stairs? And the crows? What crows? You felt like an idiot. Well, yes, you couldn't really set the tower ravens on me. Turns out that I scared myself. I invented ghosts for myself. On the cliff. Who pushed me? Was it you, Edward, or you, Christopher? I wouldn't endanger your life. I don't trust anything you have to say, so. What danger are you talking about? There were no rocks below and it wasn't that high of a drop. Really? Really? The fact that he doesn't think that that's dangerous tells you everything you need to know about his mental state. He stopped mid-sentence and bit his tongue. You suddenly caught yourself breathing heavily. What? We think what? If you stop yourself now that, like you saying that was the only thing that condemns you? Oh my gosh. Okay. And now I'm calling the police. No, you weren't calling anyone. Me and my brother will both quietly leave and we'll forget all about this. No! I don't think he's crazy too. Like, I don't understand how you don't realize the gravity of the situation. Oh, fuck no. Your brother is going to jail. Your dad too. So, like, no. You just don't get to kidnap people, endanger my life, no, regardless of whatever the fuck he says, and then just, like, quietly walk the fuck away. Like, are you out of your fucking mind? Yeah, of course. No doubt about that. The psycho tried to kill me, and you were his accomplice. You were watching the house. I thought Edward came here to kill you. I was acting in your best interest. If you were acting in my best interest, then you would have told me to stay away from Edward. Like, you knew that I knew you were shot. So once I realized that he wasn't shot, it would have been easy to tell you two apart. Like, I've been alone in cars with him and all kind of crazy shit, and you just out here chilling. My best interest. Is that why you're holding my friend by the throat right now? This is for my safety. You wouldn't need him for his safety if you didn't been here. So, like, these two are just the fucking dumbest pieces of shit, so I don't even know. Shut up. He jumped up and pointed the gun at you. You in horror pointed your gun at him. Auntie, why didn't you teach me how to use a pistol properly? What good is a bell right now, huh? Tense Eve continued to keep Christopher at gunpoint. Elia tried to aim strictly between the twins. The games are over. I can't do this alone. I need to get Alexander's attention. Path of logic. You cocked your pistol and put your finger on the trigger, looking into Christopher's eyes. You will immediately release my friend and sit next to your brother. Or what happens next won't be a warning. You very quickly squeeze the trigger. The bullet lodged into the wood floor. You shrank inwardly imagining Olivia's angry face. This is for the good of the cause. Now we'll fund everything. You should have heard that. Now you just have to wait. In the range, Christopher suddenly raised his pistol and fired at the ceiling. Stop acting like you're having a seizure. Why'd you shoot the ceiling? And the spring that held time until now suddenly straightened, launching it at double speed. Further imprinted in your mind in short flashes. It was Elia with his mighty hands grabbing and flipping over the table, covering himself and Eve. From behind the chair where Edward dove, a bullet flew into the table, chipping one corner. The confused Christopher lowered the gun and Rachel's teeth dug into the crook of his elbow. You grabbed her hand, pulling her out of the dangerous grip. Let's run. Without making it out the road, you jumped to the door while shooting at the wall somewhere near Christopher's head. Fool, ricochet. But you got lucky. The bullet ricocheted somewhere to the side without hitting anyone. Having dropped the door with your foot, you rolled out of the living room. What is it? I'm sorry. I know we're in a tense moment, supposedly, but this room is really nice. This is really pretty. A few more shots rang out behind you, and you, running down the short hallway, jumped out onto the terrace. Rachel, they're gonna kill us. Where's Alexander? I have no idea. I thought you knew. With a sharp jerk, she stopped you and turned you around to face her. Calm down. Now's not the time. You swallowed, trying to crush your lump in your stomach. Didn't think that everything would be like this. Feel like an idiot. I can't tell what's logic or intuition here. I mean, she really doesn't have anything to feel like an idiot about. Like, their whole situation don't even make sense. And once again, it was not like there was any clues for them to just pick up on anyway. So, they think that everything would be like this, feel like an idiot. Maybe this one? Logic, okay, good. I assumed that everything would not go according to plan, but not by this much. Rachel's eyes softened as she lightly shook you by the shoulders. We need to call the police. Where's your phone? It's back in the living room. Mine fell out somewhere in the house. We need to find Alexander. The girl and I are looking back into the house. I'll go down the hall, you go around. No. You don't even have a gun. No, we're not doing that. Concern warmed Rachel's soul. The girl smiled affectionately, but adamantly squeezed your shoulders with her fingers. Did you hear that, psycho? He needs you. I was only need to intimidate you. Well, and also you could be used to draw me out again. Like, that's what I'm saying. They won't do anything to me, but we can't say that about you. Well, they'll do enough to you to get me to do what they want. Well, that's what I'm saying. The ring will help you hide. We find Alexander, it'll be easier this way. She's right, I'm scared to go there alone, but she's right. Not completely. You and Rachel have a very warm relationship. Oh no. I miscalculated somewhere else too. I forgot about the Rachel thing. Her palms crossed your face and a wave of horror touched your cheek. Min Modiga Flicka. You didn't understand her whisper, but it oozed with such tenderness that your heart sank. Rachel, I don't understand. Instead of answering, she stood on her tiptoes and pressed her lips to your forehead, to your temple, and your cheek. Melody, I'm scared that I'll never see you again. Your body seemed to squeeze you, pushing your soul out. The girl looked into your face, and the numbness of fear rose from the bottom of her eyes. Be mine, please. Be mine now, as long as we're both still alive. Oh no. Her voice toward the air on the terrace, or was it your skin having unexpected goosebumps? A clap of a shock came from the side of the living room and your whole body shuddered. Rachel pressed against you even tighter, her heart beating wildly. The rain raged, beating against the windows. There was no time, relentless, terrible. The rain fell in rhythm with the beat of Rachel's heart. You breathed the minty smell of her breath and swayed. Yeah, that... I'm so sorry, but that wasn't the plan. Yo, oh no. Lord. She sucked in the air in small convulsive breaths. Her spine seemed to have lost its strength and she hunched over, leaning forward a little. Oh god. Shit. Ah, shit. I can think of a few choices I could have made from different... I just thought I was... I didn't do anything romantic this whole season. Maybe, even though it didn't seem like it was romantic, it was. Shit. Oh boy, I think we're gonna have to live with this one, guys. Okay, but her eyes, her warm eyes filled with tears, did not leave you. I understand. I'm sorry that I had stupid hopes, and oh, it's not your fault. I definitely, probably, most likely led you on. Right, Please don't explain yourself. Tears flowed down her cheeks. You raised your hand to wipe them away, but she proudly raised her head. I love you, Melody. I will love you anyway. I don't need to be loved back to feel this tenderness for you. Oh, Jesus. She hesitated for a moment, examining your face as if it were the last time. Eve roared furiously somewhere in the living room. 2 shots were fired in response. Guys, oh, that sucks. Maybe I will be replaying season 2 after all. I don't know. Okay. Ray's face stayed as it was. Why do I keep calling her Ray anyway? Which you concluded that the shot missed. And right after that, the piercing groan of broken glass almost deafened you. Rachel threw up her head, peering into the rain. It's time. Run. And you, moving away from her hands, jumped into the rain. Jumping out of the terrace, she immediately rushed around the house. The rain happily pounced on you as if it owed you something. Water poured all around you, and you struggled to look for signs of life in the house. Light did not burn anywhere. You whimpered in the downpour. Oh. Okay, I wonder why they randomly stuck me into this outfit. It's because they made a wet version of it, but I don't know. Let's see if I can get lightning in the background again. Wait for it. There. I don't know if I caught it. We'll find out. Okay, we sent Olivia to Stockholm ourselves. God, why am I like this? What's wrong with Alexander? And what if Christopher killed him? A thought made your insides collapse into a small icy ball. No, not this. It can't be. Without knowing where you were going, you ran into something, bent over, and fell. Lying in front of the still hot hood, you suddenly realized, like a knife in your ribs. If any of them get hurt, if someone dies, I won't forgive myself. Never. It will destroy me. You got up, clutching the slippery metal, and with the handle of your pistol scratched the warm headlight. Pistol? Did I drop it? Even before you fully realized this fact, you heard steps. Your ears, sharpened with horror, caught the splashing of water under someone's feet. Rushing around, you dove under the protection of the car. Who is this? A friend or a foe? I know you're there. No use hiding. You almost vomited from the panic, clutching the pistol you fired at random at the wheel. Shit. You kidding me? You kidding me? Why would... First of all, there was barely no time to read the paragraph before we have to pick a decision. Second off, why is shooting the wheel a bad thing? Fell once like a wounded horse. Sitting close to the car, you smacked your temple on it. Wait, what? Why did the car do all that? And how'd you hit your head? What? That shit don't even make no sense. I'm so sick. I'm so sick of playing this story. It's midnight, guys. It's midnight. I've been here for 4 fucking hours. Playing around with this shit. Okay. Do I care enough to go back? My authority is not bad. It's not. It's really not. You know what? No, I'm just gonna keep going. I'm just gonna keep going. You know, I've decided I don't care. It's 1 point. I have a ton of authority. I have a ton. I'm not feeling like I'm behind there at all. So I think I'll be fine. Missing 1 point. As long as it doesn't do anything else, I'm gonna keep going. Cause I might have to replace season 2 anyway. Cause if I don't want to hurt Rachel's feelings, I don't know. You got to see. When will you start thinking? They didn't give me time. You know what? I don't even care. Damn it, you're out of your mind. 2 return shots made the car lean over to the other side. The wheels hissed in protest, releasing air. You squeaked and darted under the protection of the rear wheel. Don't come close. Honestly, I won't do anything bad to you. I just want to talk. Then why do you have a gun? Like, do you understand how deluded you sound? Like... Yeah, I believe that. but don't you dare come near. The voice was getting closer, and you quickly breathed, realizing that he was approaching. He might suddenly pop out and shoot me. Looked around in panic, but there was nowhere to run. I won't make it to the house in time. You had to force yourself to make several measured breaths. Are you Christopher or Edward? Christopher, I'm on your side. Don't even fucking lie. Shut the fuck up. If you were on my side, then you would let me know what was going on. You wouldn't have held Rachel hostage, and you would have just left with your brother once you realized he wasn't in danger. Do not believe you. Believe you. Want to know what's wrong with your shoulder? Yeah, let's go with that one. You hesitated and guessed. Your friend shot me in the woods. Almost missed, but that hurt. He's not lying. He was the one who disabled the traps in the forest, and he was with me in Skansen. But can I trust him? What do you want to talk about? Let's get out of here. We won't tell the police, and we won't press charges either. The fact that you seriously think I'm going anywhere with you? What about guarantees? There are none. You've been trying to kill me since we met. Why should I believe you now? Something in the front windows of the car exploded, showering you with small crumbs. No, wait, that wasn't me. Yeah, okay. Your body shrank into a ball. Even if it wasn't, I ain't getting in that car with you. Your body shrank into a ball, and the next bullet stung a bit of your calf. You yelped in pain, grabbing your leg with both hands. There was a short but wide bleeding scratch on your calf. He's shooting low. He's gonna kill me. It just grazed me then, but the next shot will definitely kill. You burned unbearably from the ensuing weakness, but your fingers tenaciously held the pistol. I beg you, Rain, cover me. You forced yourself to rise and look through the surviving rear window. Your right leg burned with the pain, forcing you to whine softly. One of the men stood right in front of the car, gripping the pistol with both palms and lowering it to the ground. The second loomed from behind, only slightly lowering his hand with the pistol. The closest one called himself Christopher. They haven't seen your head outside the car window yet. With a short sob, you raised the pistol and pressed it against the rear window. And shot. All I can go off of is that the first one lowered their gun. The second one only slightly did. The first one was using support with the two hands, as if saying that he needed the support because he couldn't hold it steadily with one hand because of his shoulder. So it's most likely Christopher. Of the two, I hate less than Edward. I fully hate Edward. I think Christopher is dumb as fuck. They both are, but like, I hate Edward on top of that. So I'm hoping I shot the right one. Where did I shoot him? Glass splitter near your face, showering you with small crumbs. You recoiled reflexively, covering your face with your hand. Ears were ringing from the shot and your head ached unbearably. There was a wheeze behind the car and you jumped up to look. This twin stood clutching the hole in the middle of his chest. Oh! Now the title is coming back. I'm a killer. Wheezing angrily. Blood squeezed out in torrents from under his palm and fell into the grass in small roses. He threw up his head and in his eyes you saw endless rage. And nothing else. Opened his mouth as if trying to say something. He took a step forward and collapsed. Molten iron flowed and icy needles both flowed through your veins. I killed a man. You got up and took a few hesitant steps behind the car. Your feet tangled with the tall, wet grass. It wasn't my intention to kill him. I wanted to immobilize him. He did deserve that shit, but... You're taking the first steps on the path to mercy. What the fuck does that mean? Path to mercy. I swear I was aiming for the legs, but a small sneaky voice inside whispered, "That's not true. You wanted to get rid of the fear." I wanted to scare you. You killed Edward. Ed? Edward! Edward, no. He rushed to his brother, fell to his knees, and in several jerks overturned the heavy body. Edward, breathe. Please breathe. The man feverishly felt Edward's wet chest as if looking for something. No, don't you dare. You hear me? Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't leave me. He breathed quickly, shallowly, gasping heavily. You killed him. You killed my brother. He killed my aunt. So, fuck him. I don't care. He tried to kill me. He was about to kill me. So, yeah. You know what? I don't feel bad for your brother, and I don't feel bad for you either. Let's be honest. His voice rang out with sharpened daggers, making you stagger away. You ain't gotta explain shit to him. You really don't. I'm sorry. I don't feel bad. Like, seriously. Look at the situation again. If they had left me the fuck out of their shit, this never would have happened. So, don't come to me with that bullshit. No. Christopher, shut up, damn you. Fuck off, ho. Seriously? Raise my gun again. Shoot him in the fucking face. I am done. I am done with these two blithering idiots. He jumped up and the barrel of his pistol was staring right in your face. There was nowhere to run. You opened your mouth and drops of water instantly flowed into it. I think I'm gonna die now. Where the fuck have you been? Hey, you. The man shuddered and turned his head. Alexander stood in the rain, breathing heavily. What? Just wanted to introduce you to my little friend. The man in front of you frowned, and then he was blown away by what seems to be an armored train. Anyway, that's what it looked like to you when an angry Sam emerged from the darkness. Where is Sam Pin? He pounced on the twin with the fury that you did not suspect from the reserved Japanese man. I'm only 2 centimeters shorter than you, moron. He's talking to Alex. I was like, what? His opponent gave a short cry and immediately fell into the grass. A panting Sam rushed to you. Alexander bent in half and leaned his palms on his knees. Apparently he was sick. I killed a man, almost died. I suppose we should. If we're just supposed to be like a path, some kind of path of mercy, maybe this is important for her development. I don't know. Sam abruptly pulled you closer. It's over, Melody. Cold clothes stuck to your skin, and your legs and arms were filled with severe weakness. Are you injured? You nodded, and the pain in your calf rushed into you with renewed vigor. Scratches, bruises, fatigue, cold, nervous tension, everything piled up at once. Your cheeks got hot from the tears flowing down your cheeks. Quickly cooled by the rain. Throwing your head back, you howled bitterly into the angry black sky. Hours later, you languidly sipped from a mug under Rachel's tear-stained but stern eyes. Gotta drink all of it, Melanie. She gracefully sat down on the bed next to you and frowned sympathetically. Almost went crazy with fear. I'm not even sure I'm sane myself. Hey girls, I brought some sandwiches. Awkwardly closing the door with his foot, he brought you a huge plate of bread and sausage. Rachel snorted as she stood up. You can't do anything. Now I'm gonna get a normal meal. Wait here. Will the police let me into the kitchen? They will. Alexander has already accompanied them from there. It's now empty. She nodded and quickly stroking your fingers left. You saw her off with a pale smile and looked at Sam. So? You and Sam have a warm relationship. Why do I feel like this is deja vu? He sat down next to you and pulled you to his side, resting his chin on the back of your head. So I want to know how you are. You hesitated, choosing your words. I think... I've been worse. It couldn't be worse. Okay. I think it's pretty bad. His body tense, pulling you into himself even tighter. But it's over, right? I killed a man, Sam. Looked at your palms lost, as if expecting that blood would appear on them. Look at me. His eyes were serious, calm. I killed a girl. In America. Oh, Sam, that wasn't. Your heart skipped a beat and your breath caught. Killed? What do you mean killed? I ran her over by accident during a race. I was young. I was an idiot. I believed in my infallibility. I went out on the track with confidence that I control everything. Like every other fool who stupidly gets behind the wheel. Nothing stops them, neither ice nor fog nor a school next block. If they can just squeeze more speed out of their engine. A branch that suddenly fell in the road, a stray dog, a baby. Oh no, look at his face. No, that couldn't be me. I'm a brilliant driver. I'll predict everything. Nothing will happen. But it happened. She was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Little girl. His gaze clouded over. He didn't see you anymore. Yeah, you don't have to show me. I was there in some capacity. When the signal was given, the cars took off. The car quickly picked up speed, maneuvering between rivals and the cars. The driver ignored the red color and in general all conceivable and inconceivable rules on the road. Take that. A girl ran out into the road. Sam's face twisted in pain and you'd involuntarily flinched. And then? Several more cars crashed into us. One flew past. Bam. Someone's cry. You are also a killer? Are you kidding me? Why is that even an option? No. He shook his head, disagreeing with you, but at the same time exhaled gratefully. I wish I could believe that, but it isn't true. I am to blame for her death as well as everyone who was there that day. How did you get over it? How did you forgive yourself? I didn't. I have not forgiven myself. I decided to become a police officer to make amends. Save as many lives as possible. You went silent. Your fingers touched his chest near the heart. Does that work? Not really, but I'm trying. I have a goal, and you need a goal. You put 2 fingers on her lips and pressed lightly. Something that will calm your soul. Something that will let you look in the mirror in the morning. He suddenly got up and went to the door. Give me a second, okay? You looked after him in confusion, then pulled the blanket closer and wrapped yourself in it. A few minutes later, Sam returned, satisfied, albeit embarrassed. I thought about giving it to you under more romantic circumstances, but... Oh! A kitsune. Sakura flower? Or yin and yang? I feel like we should save our foxness for Legend of the Willow. Because I really like this necklace. I think it's really pretty. You run your finger along the delicate petals in fascination. Sam, it's beautiful. Oh, intuition versus logic. Okay. It's a symbol of fragile earthly life. Yours, mine, anyone's. I wanted to remind you that life is short and you have to be able to enjoy it. He frowned, sighing awkwardly. I'm afraid in these circumstances the meaning of the gift is slightly blurred, but... Thank you. Your support is invaluable. You whispered it, but he heard. His lips pressed against your temple, diligently pouring strength into you. If it gives you the strength to look into the new day without horror, I'll be happy. You stroked his chin with your fingers and stood up. He moved away, feeling how your mood had changed. Tell me why you went to England. Can you guess? I think you... felt something came with some conclusions? I remembered where I saw Edward. The sudden realization struck you like lightning. Oswald? The detective looked surprised and annoyed. Ah, you already know. Where from? Trust me, I figured it out way after you. I just remembered it too. We missed it. We just didn't manage to get there through interrogation. Events developed so rapidly. He had expertly faked IDs, but we screwed up, of course. You nodded, swallowing a lump in your throat. We all screwed up. So explain to me again which one is who and what they did. Yeah, okay. You dropped your face in your palms and rubbed your cheeks. If you believe what the Cadigans told me and what Alex and the police got in the first interrogation, it looks like this. Their father, Lucas, hated my aunt and wanted to take her out of business. She was stronger, but when she died, I appeared. He thought this was a great chance to get her company out of the game. To bankrupt it or take it away, Edward was on his side. And Christopher didn't seem to know anything, at least at first. At the ball, Edward started trying to intimidate me, the chandelier at the hotel, all his handiwork. Christopher goes on a business to Sweden and meets me. Edward follows us and understands how all that can be turned to his advantage. He decides it's best to marry me. And then his dad does something stupid and kidnaps my friends. Edward doesn't like that. He had a plan of his own, and his dad pissed him off. And Christopher also finds out what is happening and decides to help me because he really likes me. Well, liked, until recently. And Edward is pretending to be Christopher and gets me to trust him. He decided that if I was scared, he would be able to crush me, promising protection. But he miscalculated. When he pushed me off the cliff, something burst inside me, and I made my move. I looked up at Sam with a heavy, unblinking gaze. The man shivered uncomfortably, immediately averting his eyes. I shouldn't have left. You smiled tiredly, your eyelids were heavy, and your body was immensely pulled by gravity. I think you need some sleep. You'll be interrogated tomorrow. You'll need all your strength to handle that. Let me walk you to your room. Yes. You got up and staggered. The man immediately held you by the elbow. You wanted only one thing, to sleep until the day after tomorrow. Just a couple more minutes and I'll do it. A few months later. Melody, ready? 1 second to dress. Well, I'm waiting for you in the car. You nodded, nervously going over the options offered by the girl. I'd be nervous if you think about it. Assistant director, chiefs, secretaries. I like that one the most. I'm gonna go with this one. I'm sorry. I don't want to bother. After a quick glance at yourself in the mirror, you ran after Rachel. Oh, it's my house! You scored the maximum score of a businessman. I have 4 businessman points. Having run out of the mansion, you involuntarily turned around. For a week now, you have been looking at the finished facade of the mansion every day. You managed to restore your old house. Wow. Said there was still work to do, but here outside, everything looked the same. And no matter how much you looked, your eyes filled with tears every time. My home. Mine. Only mine. I restored it myself. You wiped your nose inelegantly with the edge of your hand and shook yourself. I must go. They're waiting for me. I was looking back at you, smiling warmly with sun shining from the windows. Old detective smiled when you entered. Melody, punctual as always. Some tea? Is that like a little toy replica of my car? No thanks, Commissioner. I'm in a hurry. I have another meeting with the notary after all. He raised his eyebrows and nodded in understanding as you sat down in the chair in front of his desk. I'm ready. He grinned into his mustache and handed you a skinny folder. Of course, you've done a lot. Put the folder closer, sighing. Olivia and Gustav said the same thing, only differently. I understand them. The Swedish police are even more meticulous than the English ones. Real pains in the... However, the judge made a decision. Self-defense. All appeals denied. Congratulations. Thank you. I see you're bursting with enthusiasm. Commissioner, you do understand that I will never forgive myself for this. A voice hidden deep within chuckled in response to his phrase. You've had a lot of trials, but now it's all over. Build your life and try to be happy. You... nodded sadly. Old Commissioner smiled in his mustache again contentedly. I believe in you, girl. You stood up, brushing the unpleasant topic off. Thank you, Commissioner, for everything, for Sam, for this. You tap with one finger on the folder that you press to your chest. You're welcome, girl. Now go. You'll be late for the next meeting. He walked imposingly with you to the door, and there he asked, have you changed your mind? Won't you be sorry? I will. This is the best solution. Commissioner patted you on the hand in a friendly way, and you smiled at him tenderly, saying goodbye. There was one more meeting. Miss Harris. Mr. Harrison. You nodded your hand to him, and he smiled broadly. I'm glad to see you. How's the construction progressing? Some tea? Coffee? Wait, didn't this lawyer guy, didn't he somehow, Edward got information from him somehow? You shook your head, refusing tea. The facade, or was it the other guy? The facade's finished, but there's some work left inside. I'm glad, very glad. Your aunt will be proud of you. This is what I came to talk about. The notary raised his ears, immediately assuming a business-like look. My auntie was the best person. Ambiguous, terrible. Let's stay somewhere in the middle. That's story. He smiled a little, looking out the window. The notary values your honesty. I can't tell you how much. I want to give up her legacy, Anthony. For 10 seconds, the notary looked closely into your face, waiting for you to continue. And is that all? That's it. No explanation. So far, this legacy is of nothing but trouble. I have arms and a head. I'll make a living somehow. Anthony leaned back in his chair and smiled with satisfaction. What would your aunt say to that? For a while, you pondered the question, then shrugged. That I'm a fool and that I'm doing the right thing. He suddenly burst out laughing, throwing back his fat head. You know her very well. He got up, went to the wall, and fiddled with a safe. Then, with a conspiratorial smile, he handed you an envelope. You took it, looked uncertainly at the notary, and opened it under an approving gaze. The smell of perfume from there, the smell of wood, the smell of home. Everything started spinning before your eyes, and the living room throbbed as if it was alive. Among the lines written in hard handwriting, you heard her voice. You are a fool for giving up my money, and you're doing the right thing. You will do the best that will be in your life with your own hands. All the worst, however, too. I believe in you, Melody. You're my bright, gentle girl. You're the only thing that often kept me on the brink of an abyss. If not for you, my heart would have died years ago. Since you're reading this, then I am no longer here alive, which means it's time to say thank you. I died young and vigorous. That is, thanks to you. I love you. Yours in heaven and hell, Auntie Annette. Tears flowed down your cheeks. You raised your wide eyes to Anthony. She knew? But how? He chuckled good-naturedly with a shrug. All of you Harrises are a little crazy. She knew you wouldn't give up without a fight. I think she added that marriage clause just to give more motivation to give up the inheritance. Schemer. You burst out laughing, shaking salty drops from the letter. In the envelope, you will find the addition to the will. It says that if you refuse to fill the conditions, some of the assets are transferred to you. Namely, the land, the mansion itself, the business, and some amount of money to pay taxes. So I'm keeping the legacy anyway? The rest of the active money into the accounts goes to charitable foundations. You're left with a fairly small amount. She was counting on me making money myself. You grinned sadly, looking at the letter. Yes, she always believed in you. There was a rumble in your chest as if an old volcano woke up. Pain from her actions, the pain of her death, the pain of everything that came next. I know too much now. What I don't know is how to live with all of this now, and with myself. Well, let's get to the formalities. You nodded absent-mindedly, carried away by your thoughts. A few hours later. So now I'm poorer than a church rat. Pour another one. I personally know a couple of dozen people who would beat you for these words. Yes, I know. It's just that I was determined to give up everything today and get drunk in grief. Don't take away my reason to get drunk. Aren't you afraid of poisoning your glass anymore? You said yourself, I punished myself in the worst way, and it's somehow indecent to take revenge. You turn on the bar stool and peer into the back of the hall. By the way, where's Dylan? I've not seen him for a long time. Larry also looked behind his back with a pretended indifference. I fired him a while back, several weeks ago. What? Why? We're friends. Friendship is friendship, but business is another matter. What did he do? You know, I have no idea. The man shrugged his shoulders in confusion. You arched an eyebrow. He just got weird. He muttered something all the time. Clients were scared. He became closed, gloomy. I tried to talk to him, but couldn't. Then he disappeared somewhere for 2 weeks. I understand everything. He is my friend, but everything has limits. I must say, he was weird before, but while Dad was with him, everything was better. What? What happened to your father? He went into a coma. Something about the old wound. He resolutely put the glass aside. So, I'm going to visit him, perhaps. Elia raised an eyebrow excitedly. Wait for my day off, or evenings. We'll go together. Won't it be dangerous? Well, no, I guess. I'm not sure. I don't want to risk it. You shrugged it off, jumping up briskly from your chair. Don't worry, nothing will happen to me. After 10 minutes of knocking, Dylan opened the door. You? What are you doing here? Why do you look like that? Hello. I stopped by to see how things were going. Did you? Well then, get out. Dylan, what's up? Since when are we enemies? Suddenly furiously pointing his finger in your chest. She was my mother, and you knew that, right? You knew and were silent. Yeah, your father asked me to be. I don't understand. I should have gotten the money too. What, you're happy now, right? No. I don't even have the money. Really? That's what it's about? Then why didn't you come to me and ask for the money? Or demand the money? Or go to the police and prove that she was your mother? Any number of things. I don't understand. You took everything for yourself, after all. Dylan, I have no money. I gave up my inheritance. Don't lie to me. There's a huge house on the mountain. You're all dressed up. You think I'm a fool, right? You think I don't understand anything? Yeah, now I do. It's all because of you. All of it. Oh, really? Okay. Blame all your problems on me because that's what everybody else fucking does. Great. Congratulations. You're now a new idiot in the cock. As if we hadn't had enough idiots to deal with in this fucking end of the season. Perfect. What, did I kill my aunt too? Well, while you were out of the country, she was alive. Wow. Really? You already choked with indignation. So you're not thinking straight. Go get some sleep. I don't know. Eat something. It's only rich girls like you who can sleep and eat all day. I have to work. Can I help you somehow? You suddenly smell with some kind of ugly carnivorous smell. For some reason it creeped you out. Give me 2. No, 3 million pounds and we're square. Great. You're a fucking drug addict. I know you have that money. Aunt turned over huge sums. I don't have that kind of money. I just don't have it. I don't even have 10,000. Dylan bared his teeth, almost spitting at you. You lying little crap. The same as your aunt. Oh, now she's your aunt and not your mother anymore. Okay, so you don't give a shit about her. You just want the fucking money, you fucking jerky. Get the fuck out of my face, dude. I'm done. Now get out of here. You slammed the door in front of your nose. Wow. Okay. Okay. So, you found out somehow that she was your mom. You decided to trash your whole life, lose your job, go off in the deep end, start taking drugs. That's what it looks like. I'm sorry. It just does. Then decide that you're not going to take any responsibility for anything that happens in your life and just blame it all on somebody else and just sit and wallow in your own self-pity. That's what we're going to do today. Really? I'm done. I've had enough. And if you tell me he's the final villain in season 3, I'm so done. I am so done with this story. I promise you. I promise. If he's the evil mastermind in season 3, I'm so done. I will not read another. Would not read another minute. I promise. I'm telling you right now. Telling you right now. Sure, he can be involved in the final thing, but if he's all that there is in the end, I'm done. Standing in the dressing room, you took off your clothes. I'm so... I've had it up to here with this story. I have. Maybe I'm too tired right now. It's 1 in the morning, guys. It seemed to you that Dylan's words were spreading over you in nasty, greasy spots. You wanted to quickly wash off this rubbish and throw yourself into bed and sleep. You snorted, sniffed to your underwear, and ran to the shower. How cold. God, it's how cold. Okay, that's pretty, but it's completely bloody. What the fuck? It's because you are alive. Alexander? I can't talk to you. You are alive. I turned away from you, walked 3 steps, and lay down in the snow. You rushed to pick him up, but tripped on someone's hand. Pale and hard, Rachel stared into the weaving of dark branches overhead. Rachel? Sam? Sam was lying on his side as if turned over in a dream. A pool of blood was spreading under Alexander, staining the gray snow. How cold. I'm trying to get it without the stupid little finger thing at the bottom. Silence breathed on you like a snowy whirlwind. I'm coming for you. You screamed. Okay. Let's just talk about the fact that they didn't even tell me at all. The story didn't bother to tell you what happened to Christopher and his dad. Like, they told me that I have been absolved for self-defense. But they didn't tell me what happened to them for all the shit that they've done. Like, are they just hanging out? Like, do I need a restraining order? What? None of that. But you wasted time on the Dylan bullshit. That's what you decided to waste time on. And instead of, whatever. You know what? I'm just... I'm too fucking tired for this. All I can tell you is that the last 2 episodes pissed me off royally. I know there's a couple of episodes for season 3. I'll get to that, and I guess I'm still not entirely sure where Alexander went. I guess to go get Sam. What did he like? Run to go drive to go get him? Like, was he not gonna text me and tell me that he wasn't gonna be there to help me out in the morning? Or like, what? They didn't explain that shit either. Where the fuck he was at? It's just making less and less sense by the minute. And, yeah, okay. Look, they trying my patience. They seriously trying my patience with this. I'm going to hope that the next couple episodes of season 3 do this some justice. Change my mind, because right now I'm ready for the story to be over, like majorly. Okay, but anyway, I'm gonna end this part right here. I'm tired. I'm pissed. Tell me your thoughts. Please tell me. Because that shit was fucking crazy, and I'm over it. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and show that like button some love, subscribe to see more content like this, or better content, hopefully. And I will see you next time. Bye.